Contrary to popular belief, there isn't any dark mysteries that need to be unraveled when it comes to putting a good edge on your axe or hatchet. I'm going to show you how to put a good edge on your axe or hatchet with the tools that you're most likely going to have, and before long you'll be shaving sharp. I'm going to be using these today, and let's go over and I'll show you how to check your angles, and then we'll get started. And then we'll take a look at the finished product and see how much better it was than when we started. Now, it's been my experience with decent quality axes, Stone Neelys, Gränsfors Bruks, Council Tools, Estwing, most of your major manufacturers, they're going to have a pretty good, the profile on there is going to be pretty good. What I mean by profile is that angle. An angle. What most people are going to agree on, and I mean the debate rages on, has and always will, is between 25 and 20 degrees. Once we've established the profile, or the angle, which we have on here, it's just what I like it, we can go ahead and start working on the edge. So I keep a little kerosene or diesel, whatever, and there it's the best, and I keep it handy here so I can keep wetting my stone, and I'm gonna start working this edge. Now I know that my profile is pretty good because I've already checked it. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the polish, and I'm watching right down to that fine edge. Make sure you get a lamp or get good light on there so you can see everything really good, and just moderate pressure. And I'm going to kind of I'm not going to worry about it too much, but kind of keep track of how much time I spend on this edge. And I want to spend about similar time on the other end. And this angle is going to be changing because I want to polish back a ways. I don't want to just do a micro bevel on there, a micro edge. I want the whole thing to be polished. So as it bites and cuts into the wood, the smoother the steel is, the easier it's going to go in, the further it's going to bite and cut, and the less likely you're going to have sap and pitch and tannin affecting the blade, and it's just going to be a finer tool. It'll be a finely honed, precise tool that will cut good. So I'll work that back, but I'm watching that polish, and I'll roll down until I start to see I'm affecting that edge, and I'm just going to go back and forth. I'll go down like this, and as I work back, I'll roll that angle up, and I'm rolling it. This is these stones are this medium stone. It's not going to take a lot of material. This is not like a file. So if your angle's not perfect, you're not going to do damage to your axe. You're just going to continue to polish it. And this being a factory edge, of course, we're going to have to work on it. We're going to have to spend a lot of time up front on it, because once we get this polish in it, then we don't have to do that anymore. See all that? You can see there how there's quite a bit of buildup there on the stone. We're going to keep that diesel nearby. Keep it in there. Keep sloshing it around. It comes right off. Look how much it cleans off there. It really works good. And as soon as you get it off, this is really taking a nice edge. I can see the wire on there now. The stone's cutting really good because of the diesel. We're getting a nice polish on it. Now that's looking really good there. Clean that diesel off. You can see we've starting to get a nice polish. This is a medium. This isn't our super fine, but a really good. I can just feel a little wire coming off that back side. So now we'll flip it over. Spend about 5 minutes or so on that. We'll do the same on the other side. What actually might be a better way of keeping track is set your timer. Say, okay, I'm gonna work on this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it need be, and then when that timer goes off, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Just be consistent. It's kind of funny, as I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandfather. We used to go, he taught me how to hunt. We used to go hunting together and sharpening knives, and a lot of the things that I share with you guys I learned from my dad and from my granddad. But he always sharpened everything with just an old-fashioned whetstone. And I guess the thing that's so funny is I was always trying to find a better way. I was kind of, whether the latest, greatest. I remember I had to have this diamond knife sharpener, and I'd show my granddad, because I always wanted him to get his approval on everything, because I looked up to him so much, and he would be very patient and smile and never said a bad word, but I noticed that he didn't adopt it. He'd just go back to the way he'd always done things and using his old whetstone. And I used to get frustrated with that, thinking, oh man, you can't teach an old dog new tricks and all that. But as I've gotten older and wiser, I guess the thing that's funny is that I've abandoned almost all of those things and went back to the way he did things, and I can see now, why. It's just, for me, it's just a better way. Just a better way. So.